Last week, the Deer took on the 2-7 Sam Rayburn Texans. The Deer came out with a strong start.
And Robles going to go play action on the first play, and it's a slant route complete to King Phillips inside the 30. Phillips pulling away from the defense. One play, Deer Park finds the end zone. King Phillips.
On the returning kick, the defense recovered a fumble, gaining back possession, and the Deer immediately scored their second touchdown of the night in the first minute of the game.
Keeper by Robles up the middle. He's weaving his way into the end zone, and Robles gives Deer Park a 2-touchdown lead.
The Deer kept their momentum going throughout the entire game, dominating offensively and defensively, ending the game with a 70-7 score. Tonight, the Deer look to finish off district with a win against the South Houston Trojans, and it starts right now on the Deer Network.
Touchdown. Analysis in. Touchdown, Deer Park. Robles inside the 5 and all the way in. Touchdown. Well, getting the festivities started a little bit earlier on this Friday night. Final regular season game here for Deer Park. They bring an 8-1 record into Abshire Stadium on this Friday night on Tiffy night. You see the escorts, Mason Pratt here alongside Tim Culm, getting you ready for Deer Park as they play host to the South Houston Trojans. And yeah, Tiffy. No, that's not Tiffy, that's junior high.
I think that's junior high.
Yes,
Frank.
indeed.
Those boys are a little bit larger than those Tiffy fellas.
That's right.
Now this is that's all the junior. There's Fairmont, and there's Dabbs, there's Deer Park.
Dabbs is elementary.
Not Dabbs. What's the
Deepwater.
Deepwater. That's the one I'm looking for. Deepwater.
We're getting going here.
Hey,
earlier start throwing everything.
They threw me off with this early start. I mean, I had to wolf down my dinner over here. I was trying to look like a dog at a chow line.
Deer Park hosting South Houston, and Deer Park coming off such an impressive performance last Thursday. They put a 70 spot on the board in that win over Sam Rayburn a week ago, and everything was clicking for Deer Park last Thursday night.
Yeah, it really was. And I mean, it was one of those ball games that we should win, and we did it. We did it convincingly, and like you said, everything was working on both sides of the football. And I tell you what, probably a really good ball game to come back from and just kind of get your composure, get yourself back into position as you get ready to go into that first round of the playoffs. So again, good job last week. And man, I don't know that I've ever seen a score. What was it? 4 touchdowns on 6 plays
yes,
out of 6
indeed.
plays. That's pretty impressive.
Deer Park led 14-0 with a minute gone by. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that in Deer Park. They kept their foot on the gas, and Coach Flynn, there you see him off with, obviously, to his best start in a season since coming over, being the head coach since 2018. And Deer Park can finish out the regular season 9-1 and getting ready for playoffs.
Yeah, you know, that was always is the goal is to try to win district, and the fact is you got that one little blemish mark on there. It's disappointing, but at the same time, a really, really good year to go 9-1. They got to win this one tonight to get there, but go 9-1 in your district. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
And in their opponent, South Houston, Trojans were on the outside looking in. They were needing a lot of things to go their way last week when they took on Dobie, and it was in a rainstorm, but they managed to pull it off. They shut out the Longhorns 28-0 South Houston, and they clinched a playoff spot, did the Trojans.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that was a surprise to a lot of folks. I don't think that. I mean, they felt like it would probably be close, but for South Houston to beat Dobie and to shut them out, hats off to those guys. And guess what? They're coming off a win tonight. So if you're Deer Park, you can't overlook this South Houston team.
Dobie hadn't lost a game against a Pasadena ISD school in 5 years, and South Houston put that record to bed. Leading the charge.
Oh, it'll only be a couple of years, and those young men they'll be back here in the maroon and white on the backside.
Yeah, it gives them a little bit of a taste of that feeling.
That's exciting. Exciting. I love the way they do this, both with the Tiffy and then with the junior high kids as well. That's extremely exciting for the opportunity for those kids to be able to just be a part of Friday Night Lights. I tell you what, don't have to worry much. If we're worried about numbers in the program, I don't think that's anything to be concerned with. Look at all the kids down there.
Yeah, that is a lot. So obviously an earlier start time tonight as we're trying to avoid any inclement weather. Cool front supposed to be passing through later on tonight. Could be some heavy showers and thunderstorms. We're going to try our best to avoid that. That's why they've elected to go to this 6 o'clock kickoff. 80 degrees here at game time. You still see some patches of blue sky above us.
Yeah, I hope we can just keep this, as long as we don't have any lightning, we'll be in good shape.
And the Trojans making their way out. South Houston 5-4 on the season, and kind of a logjam there towards the bottom of the final playoff spots. Pasadena Memorial 3-2, South Houston 3-2, Dobie at 3-3. Well, Pasadena Memorial taking on the top spot Channelview, and then obviously South Houston taking on Deer Park. So a potential 3-team logjam at 3-3.
I'm just glad that we're not in that log jam.
No kidding.
And now, our national anthem.
Well, you can see with those flags as they were walking out towards midfield, another strong wind coming out of the south.
Yeah, you know, that was the thing in that Channelview ball game. That wind gave us some fits. It really did, because when we were going north to south, having to throw into that, we just had some. You know, that was Robles' first game back, and so maybe not quite the arm strength that he's had, you know, for the most of the year, and then throwing into that wind. Well, we had some balls that just kind of died on him, and so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight.
And both of these teams like to run the football. Obviously, with Canales leading the way for Deer Park, averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Added a couple more touchdowns to his total last week. He's now got 16 on the season on the ground. 38 career rushing touchdowns as well. He could pass a couple of milestones tonight. He's got 2,390 career rushing yards. So he could pass that 2,500 mark, and he could go up to 40 career touchdowns on the ground, too.
That's not a bad high school stat, I mean, at all. Especially if you got other schools looking at you. That's nothing wrong with that. They maybe go to that next level.
He has been a workhorse, 150 carries on the season.
And when you send in your resume and say, hey, Coach, I got 2,500 yards and 40 touchdowns, what do you...
Average over 7 yards a carry. What else do you want?
And number 33, Erasmo Canales.
And there you see 4 senior captains for Deer Park. And what a senior group this is.
They've done that's a good point. They've done a really, really good job this year. Just not really for sure how this season was going to shape up, and then just progressively every game all year gotten better, overcame adversity. When your quarterback goes out, they kept pushing forward the entire time. And again, got yourself in a situation where now you could be 9-1 on the season.
And so many of these seniors have been contributing really since their sophomore season. Canales was split time as a sophomore. But Tino there, the linebacker, he's been playing at the varsity level since being a sophomore. Same with Gustav there at the back end of that secondary.
Well, you know, last week with that big game that we had over there against Rayburn is the fact that you had a lot of those younger classmen, a lot of those sophomore kids got an opportunity to get into that ball game and to play and be a part. So, tell you what, the future still looks very good for Deer Park football.
So after the coin toss, we're getting ready to get going here. An early start here to round out the 2022 regular season. Kickoff team for Deer Park going to be out first. And South Houston, they don't have a lot of numbers, so a lot of these guys going to play both ways. And nothing shows that more than number 2, Cameron Webb, starting quarterback, standing back at his own 10-yard line waiting to receive this kickoff. Along with number 19, Cameron Caldwell. Sanchez with the ball teed up. And we are underway. High, short kick, fair catch signal for and made by South Houston. And they'll start this drive at their own 32. Jacob Shepard, wide receiver, getting underneath that one.
I'll tell you what, a defense that has done an outstanding job all year long. And I know it's the entire defense, but man, just the play of that front of that defensive line for Deer Park, it's just been a lot of fun to watch all year.
There you see him led by Luke Webb right there in the middle. So Cameron Webb and company, 1st and 10 from their own 32. Send a man in motion, but they'll hand it off on 1st down. Demetrio meeting the running back right at the line. Short gain on the play.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit different running game than what we saw last week.
And so much of this offense goes through Cameron Webb. 8 passing touchdowns on the season, but he's got 9 touchdowns on the ground. 2nd down and 9. Webb shotgun set. They're going to send a man in motion. Fake the give to him. Webb taking a deep drop, loads up, fires, has a man wide open, and overthrew his intended target. Also, number 84, Javion Lee, slipped on his route, but there was nobody within 10 yards of him.
No, he was wide. I don't even know how he got that wide open. I don't know who missed the coverage there, but they did, and he was standing out there. And if he doesn't fall down, that's a huge play for them.
Instead, Trojans looking at a 3rd down and long on their opening possession. Mascareno, the running back, standing to Webb's right. They go play action again. Buying time. Webb looking for somewhere to go. He's going to be dropped for the sack on the play. Webb got to him. Nowhere to go. And Luke Webb meets Cameron Webb for the first time tonight.
I tell you what a job he has done. Webb's done all year long. Just consistently played a good ball game. And a big stop right there to force them to go ahead and punt.
Trojans go 3 plays and out to open up this one. Spiraling punt. Hayden Smith going to make the fair catch at his own 43-yard line. So a good start for the defense. And the offense, after their 70-point explosion last week, look to maintain that momentum tonight.
Yeah, last week everybody kind of got in on the scoring. I mean, everybody had a chance anyway.
There you see Luke Webb. Or actually, that was the overthrow. 1st and 10 for Deer Park on their opening possession of the night. Robles taking the snap, straight handoff for Canales. He's got the 1st down and more. Stiff arms a defender and finally bumped out. But a huge run on Canales' first carry, takes it inside the 35-yard line.
Well, just picking up where he left off last week, man, it's fun to watch. We knew it last year and got to watch it, but this year it's just consistently every game he seems to get better.
New set of downs, just like that. Deer Park in Trojan territory. Mendoza lining up in the backfield. He had a nice game last week as well. Robles, little run pass option, complete to Mendoza. Goes out of bounds just shy of the 30. Robles with his 10th catch of the season. He'll head towards the sideline as Deer Park going to bring on some extra tight ends. Second down and about 6 to go. Phillips split out wide at the bottom of your screen, and Hayden Smith to the top. And they're going to send Hayden Smith in motion, but the give going to go to Canales. Shifting his way up to the 2nd level and picking up another 1st down run. Down to the 23, that'll move the chains. More personnel changes happening as tight end Gano checks out. Millette comes on for the first time tonight. So we haven't seen this a whole lot. Millette with Robles.
New wrinkle.
And also Gregory in the backfield. This will be a new look.
Do I dare say playoffs?
And there you go. They're actually going to split out Robles. He's lined up in the slot. Gregory in the backfield. Millette takes the direct snap. Pass to Robles.
He's
looking for
open.
a little trick play, going towards the back part of the end zone. It's going to be in and out of the hands, incomplete. Looked like the sophomore Miles Brown just let that one go off his fingertips.
I like a little razzle-dazzle early. Nothing wrong with that. And that was close. He almost had that.
Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. They're going to send 3 wideouts to the top of your screen. Canales back in at running back. Quick little bubble screen. Pass is complete to Mendoza. Picks up some great blocks. McBride, the tight end, along that far sideline, laying the block downfield.
Come on, Mr. Official. I need 1 more yard out of that. Make 1 more big step that direction.
Mark him out at the 15. Brings up 3rd down. Deer Deer Park converting on 54% of their third downs this season. A very manageable 3 yards to go here. Miles Brown lining up in the backfield, so an offset eye look. 3 tight ends on the field for Deer Park. And they go handoff. Following the blocks along the right side, Canales picks up the first down and rumbles down inside the 10. Another first down run. That'll set up 1st and goal.
Dude, you talk about stacking it on one side, like you said, with those 3 tight ends over there. I mean, that's a lot of guys for him to run behind.
Miles Brown has started to work his way into this lineup a little bit more than the first part of the season. Had a touchdown catch last week. He checks out. Another handoff for Canales. Stutter steps at the line of scrimmage, and he's met after a short gain on the play. Good job by Nathan Rosales, the junior linebacker for the Trojans, stopping Canales before he was able to get going.
I tell you, Miguel Perez down there, number 65. I don't know, somewhere along the line, the way he lost his helmet. There he found it again. Now they're going to make him. They're going to send him out.
Second down, ball at the 6-yard line. Deer Park quickly to the line here. Robles under center. Now looking towards the sideline, getting the play. Now they're going to shift to more of a pistol set. Now back to the line. No, calling it out, making some changes. Quick throw, fade route, looking for Phillips, who's got a step. Skies for the ball and incomplete. Escareno, the defensive back, he was a little bit late getting over, but it was just underthrown enough that it helped him get back to that ball, and
yeah, that's
unable to go for it.
That's what I was just about to say. He underthrew that just a little. It was going to make it really difficult for Phillips to be able to make that catch.
Yeah, I think if he puts it more back towards the back corner, the way Phillips had a step, easy.
Oh yeah, if he'd have kept going to the back corner, that'd have been a touchdown for sure.
Deer Park quickly to the line. Millette taking the snap, following his blocks, and Millette finds pay dirt. He's got the opening touchdown tonight.
Imagine that.
Millette with touchdown run number 10 from the linebacker.
You know my thoughts on that. I've said it time and time again. You know who's fixing to get the football. Hey, it keeps working for us. Let's keep doing it.
Take it. So 6 points on the board. Deer Park, extra point coming up as they take their opening drive for the touchdown. Sanchez, extra point is through. It was a perfect 10 for 10 last week.
Well, it took us a little longer to get on the board this week than last week.
A little bit. So a little bit over 4 minutes gone by here in this first quarter.
4 minutes? Never mind, I'm not going to say. 4 minutes, we'd have had 6 touchdowns.
Just about. There you see Millette just following his blockers. Great job by the offensive line. Getting a push downfield. Making it easy. That was Millette's 24th carry. He's only got 136 yards coming into tonight, but now 10 touchdowns. So the Trojans already with some work to do, down by a touchdown after each team has held the ball one time. Caldwell and Webb once again back deep. Sanchez, another high short kick. And another fair catch made by South Houston. Shepard again getting underneath that ball.
Yeah, on that scoring drive right there, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Deer Park goes 57 yards on 9 plays. Takes that open possession and puts it in the end zone. That's what counts.
See what this Trojan offense can do. Starting this drive from their own 28-yard line. Webb from the shotgun formation. Keeper by Webb up the middle. Gets his way to the second level before being spun down at the 31. Had a little bit of running room, but it closed quickly. As Demetrio, along with Colquitt and Salazar, all in on that stop for Deer Park. So many runs for Webb. He has been dangerous on that quarterback keeper up the middle. A lot of big runs. Like we said, 9 touchdowns on the ground for the quarterback this year.
Yeah, well, it didn't take long to watch him, and you realize what kind of athlete he is.
Play action, now going to go deep downfield. Chavez in coverage. That ball dropped in. Was he able to get a foot down in bounds?
Well, they're going to say he caught it.
Yes, indeed. Jacob Shepard, he's the top target for Webb through the passing game. He has his first reception tonight, and he's got the Trojans in Deer Park territory. That ball just pinned right along the sideline. Not a lot of room, but a perfectly placed ball by Webb as the Trojans at the Deer Park 40-yard line. Shepard with 6 touchdowns through the air. Showing a little bit of the reason why on that last catch. He's going to line up in the slot now. Top of your screen. Keep it on the ground. Big hole along the left side. Gustav coming in from that safety spot. Putting on a big hit, but a flag thrown back near the line of scrimmage.
I think they were offsides. Or false start, rather. But they didn't blow it dead, so. Illegal shift.
It's going to cost South Houston some yardage here.
Yeah, that little double shift they did down there on the end. The guy coming on this side, he never got situated.
So 1st and 15 after the penalty. Ball pushed back to the 45-yard line. Webb with 4 wideouts, 2 to each side here. Escareno in the backfield. Take the snap, straight handoff for him again along the left side. Gustav again coming up from that safety spot and submarining Escareno before he can get back to the original line of scrimmage. Short gain on the play.
I'll tell you what, when he hit him, his helmet wasn't an inch off the ground. The face mask of his helmet was below his shoelace.
Just a pickup of 2 for Escareno on that play. 2nd and 13. We're going to have 2 in the backfield with him. Option look, but a play action. Once again, going to go deep. And that ball past the outstretched arms of Jacob Shepard, but 2 in coverage for Deer Park. Gustav coming over the top with the sophomore Chavez underneath. Incomplete, and another 3rd down and long. Could be 2 down territory this part of the field for the Trojans.
I would sure think so.
Just past the halfway point of this first quarter. Deer Park getting on the board with a Reed Millette touchdown run. Trojans looking to respond here. Got to pick up a 3rd and 13. Play action, another deep drop for Webb. Now reverses field. He's all the way back to his own 45 before he sets his feet, throws downfield. It's picked off by Gustav inside the 20.
He just needs a couple of blocks.
Bringing it back to the near side. Crossing midfield, down the 45, stays in bounds, tiptoe on the sideline before he's run out inside the 30. Had himself a pick 6 last week. He's got 5 on the season. And a great return by the senior.
You talk about walking the tightrope. He was started about the 30-yard line, and he was just tiptoeing down along that side, trying to stay in bounds. Kind of like walking the ballast beam. Just kind of lost that balance, couldn't stay up there. Here it is again.
And Webb under pressure from Webb. He was having a retreat. That ball hung in the air long enough for Gustav to undercut it. And some great blocking downfield. Deer Park now on 1st and 10. Handed off to Canales as he's going to try and find a crease along the left side. Nothing doing as he's tracked down quickly as Jeremiah Shepard.
Yeah, Shepard looked like an old steer dogger out there when he pulled that guy down.
Oh, what?
No, steer dogger.
A steer dogger.
You know what a steer dogger is, don't you?
I
oh,
do
my
not.
word. You mean to tell me you've never been to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo?
I have.
So you know what a steer wrestler is?
Yeah.
You know what a steer dogger is?
I don't.
You do.
That's where okay. Wow.
If you know what a steer wrestler is, you know what a steer dogger is.
First quarter, we have already derailed. 2nd and 6 from the Trojans' 26-yard line. Ball put on the ground. Robles picking it up, though. Going to try and get what he can. He actually picks up a yard or two down to the 25.
Hey, this is the last district ball game of the year. I got to get it all in tonight.
Been holding on to him all year. 3rd down and 5. Deer Park with 3 wideouts. Mendoza in the slot to the bottom of your screen. King Phillips next to him. You're going to send Hayden Smith in motion. Trojans bringing blitz, but they are going to be a keeper by Robles up the middle. Maybe should have handed it off with all the pressure coming up the middle. Hayden Smith might have been able to turn that corner, and at the very least, probably would have picked up a 1st down.
Yeah, Devon Akins there for the Trojans. He read that and said, nope, you're not going anywhere. I'm like you. I've maybe gone ahead and hand that one off.
Well, empty backfield look here on 4th down. South Houston, they don't like it, and Coach Longstreet going to take a timeout with 3:54 left in this first quarter. Deer Park trying to convert after the game's first turnover. So Deer Park leading this series all time, 32-12. They've won 15 in a row over South Houston. And I know we talked about it before we went on air. Do you remember the last time?
I knew you were fixing to ask me that question.
It was an open book test. You got the answers.
And I still failed.
Still might fail, so you do not remember.
I do not. It was, hang on a minute. Give me a sec. Come back to that question in a minute.
We'll give you towards the end of this timeout.
Okay.
All right, here we go. There's the whistle.
It was 2000.
No.
19, see, I'm already off. 1995.
You were close. 1998.
98.
That's right. Trojans won 7-3. I don't hear many scores like that anymore.
No.
A couple of alignments, though, Deer Park and South Houston have not been matched up, so that's why it's only been 15 since 1998. So once again, empty backfield look on 4th and 5. Robles trying for the hard count. We've seen that work a lot throughout the course of this year. South Houston band trying to do their part.
Aren't they, though?
Hard count. Robles goes with it. Only rushing 3. He's got room to run if he wants it, but he's going to go to the end zone. King Phillips in the end zone. Touchdown! Fighting off the contact and skying for his 7th touchdown.
Dude, did you see him lock up with that receiver? With that defensive back, just wait, and then finally at the last minute make the jump?
Have a flag thrown in the end zone. See if they're going to call. You got to figure pass interference, but who it's going to be on. And with Deer Park,
they may have said he pushed off.
Coming back. Everybody seems to be coming back.
They did. They said he pushed off. Here we go. Let's look at it and see again. I think we're probably going to, at the end of this, probably have to agree with the official, to be honest with you.
Well, South Houston, they were only rushing 3. And I think Robles definitely could have.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not.
There was extension, but I don't know about push off.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say push off.
So 4th and 20 now, and the offense still out on the field. See if Robles might just quick kick this, or if he might actually go. Yeah, Robles now going to take a couple of steps back to the 48. He was the full-time punter last year. Good-looking punt here if he can take a Deer Park bounce, but it takes a South Houston roll into the end zone for the touchback.
Okay, I think I'm fixed to walk across the stadium and have a conversation with that band director.
No kidding. It sounds like our crowd mic's right up against that band. My goodness. So South Houston defense able to hold. And just the one big passing play for the Trojans. Outside of that, it has been tough sledding for this offense. Ball at the South Houston 20. First and 10. Keeper on the ground along the left side, and not a whole lot there. Trying to go to the outside part of this defense. Some teams have had a lot of success with that. But so far tonight, Deer Park, they've been able to keep those gains pretty modest. Nice Carreno, the ball carrier there. He picks up 4 on first down. Approaching the 3-minute mark to go in the first quarter. Webb once again, play action. Taking a deep drop under pressure. Just tried to dump it off for his running back, but with that pressure bearing down on him, he was unable to get any kind of strength into that throw as it goes incomplete. Boy, this defensive line,
man, haven't
Deer
they
Park
been
tonight? They're having a great start to this game.
Haven't they been something? And again, all year long they have. Again, there was the pressure that forced the underthrow for the interception a little while ago, and yeah, that defensive front. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of times we're rotating 3 new guys in. It's just almost a revolving door up on that front line.
3rd down at 6 for South Houston, trying to keep this drive going. Keeper by Webb. Now he stops, reverses field, trying to go up the middle. Gustav able to wrap him up and bring him down for a loss on the play. Webb trying to improvise, nothing doing there. Great pursuit by this defense, and 3 plays and out.
Well, again, like you said, just good pursuit right there by the defense. Keeping things busted up, not giving them an opportunity to set his feet, throw the ball downfield. And
Hayden Smith waiting at midfield, high kick. And now Hayden Smith going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a little bit of a South Houston roll inside the 40. The Trojans going to get a little extra yardage after Hayden Smith not coming up for the fair catch.
There's going to be a little work here for the Deer, starting about the 36-yard line.
Well, they've shown pretty consistent ability to move the ball. Of course, that last drive stalled out, mostly due to that penalty that backed him up.
Oh, yeah.
1st and 10 from their own 36 this time. McBride motions across. Miles Brown offset in the backfield. Handoff goes to Canales. He's got a good hole up the middle, following his blockers. He picks up a 1st down.
Man, he's fun to watch.
Off to a good start tonight. Another Deer Park 1st down run. Boy, he was just following his offensive, even his offensive lineman was 10 yards downfield looking for somebody to block. That's always a good sign. Ball at the Deer 47, 1st and 10. Motion Mendoza. Low snap. Handoff goes to Canales as he rumbles up towards midfield before being gang tackled down.
You know, and I may be wrong about what I'm going to say, of course, depending on how this ball game goes, of course, but kind of where we are as we get ready to go into half and that sort of thing. But if Deer Park were to kind of build a lead here, Canales is thinking, hey, this is my senior year. I'm going to, you're not guaranteed much after playoffs, so you don't know what's going to happen after that. So he's going to be running with everything he's got.
Yeah. Under a minute to go, 1st quarter. Ball at midfield. Little reverse to Mendoza. Mendoza with lots of room out across the far sideline. Mendoza turns the corner inside the 20, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Deer Park.
He just needed one block out there on the edge, and he got that block. And when he did, with his speed, you're not going to catch him. I don't care what angle you got on him.
Mendoza with his 3rd touchdown on the ground this season. Had one last week that went 75 yards. This one not quite that long, but an impressive run nonetheless. Gives Deer Park a 2-possession lead. And Sanchez's extra point up and good. There you see the little reverse. That block on the outside really created that alley that Mendoza was able to just turn the Jets on. Park with a 14-0 lead, 45 seconds left in this first quarter. South Houston, it is a team that likes to run the football. About 65% of the time they like to run. Of course, Deer Park keeps this scoring pace going. They're going to have a hard time sticking with that run game.
Yeah, speaking of pace, I mean, how about a minute and 21 seconds to go and just 3 plays to go 64 yards? So on our scoring drives, we're going down in number of plays, down in time, but we're gaining in yards.
Okay.
So I'll take that.
Everything's trending up.
Everything's trending up. Or is that trending down?
Trending positively.
There we go. We'll just go with that. I'll go with that.
Sanchez, he has the wind at his back. I've been kind of surprised that they've elected to go to those short kicks, and they're going to do it again. Shepard, no fair catch signal for made this time. He takes it to his own 25, trying to find some running room.
There's a flag
along the far sideline, and yeah, a flag coming in at the back. Going to the back part of that play.
Doing the return. We got a legal block in the back return team. That penalty is half the distance. First down. Correction, 10 yards.
Well, at least he's willing to say he made a mistake. That doesn't happen often.
Sure doesn't. So Trojans look at their worst starting field position of the night. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 10. Webb with 3 wideouts to the near side. Thought about throwing, but instead, design quarterback keeper takes a big hit. Gustav coming down. I think it was Webb that had him behind the jersey. And Webb Cameron Webb just kind of getting sandwiched there as Gustav went low, but Webb does pick up about 6 or 7 there on first down.
Yeah, Gustav not afraid to put a shoulder into you, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's been flying to the football in the running game tonight. And some rain starting to pass through. That does it for the first quarter. And Deer Park with a 14-0 lead over South Houston as the rain's starting to pass through.
Isn't it nice to be where we sit?
You ain't kidding. If this was Veterans Memorial, we'd be in a much worse mood, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I can assure you I wouldn't be happy right now.
As they honor Robert Avery, longtime writer for the Chronicle. Been covering Pasadena for a long time, getting some recognition tonight.
Hey, good for Robert. He really has been the guy that has kept people informed about sports in this whole Southeast Houston area, especially this, like you said, this Pasadena, Deer Park. That's a great recognition. I'm happy for Robert. That's cool. He's a good guy.
See him all the time.
It can be football, it can be basketball, baseball, it doesn't matter.
No. He has been putting a spotlight on Pasadena ISD for a long time, and the Deer Park ISD as well.
That's a nice gesture by Coach Flynn, walking over and shaking his hand. And Robert does. He's got the respect of a lot of these coaches in these districts.
Probably covered Coach Flynn when he was here at Deer Park.
Probably did.
Handed off, and another big hit put on. This time it's Batista coming up from the safety spot. New safeties flying around for Deer Park tonight as we get going here in the second quarter. South Houston does pick up the first down. It already kind of looks like that rain has passed through.
It did, and I kept looking
up at the lights.
Yeah.
Of course, South Houston, they played in pretty much a rainstorm last week against Dobie. Helped kind of shut down that running attack for the Longhorns. Trojans now with the 1st and 10 at their own 26. Webb handed off. Escareno looking for a block along the left side, and Gustav again comes flying in. Actually, that was Sanders.
Yeah, it was Sanders.
Last couple of weeks, Deer Park, they've kind of been playing with this almost like a 3 safety look, 3 back deep.
Yep.
First quarter numbers, Deer Park 108 yards of offense to just 12 for South Houston as a Trojan player down.
Yeah, I think it may have been a little shoulder to knee collision right there. Training staffs from both sides checking him out. That's the thing is you never want anybody to get hurt, but as long as you see them moving a little bit, you feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, training staffs from both schools out.
Now they're going to get him up. There we go.
Jacob Flores, the one shaken up. And with so many of these South Houston players going both ways, an injury can really kind of hinder Coach Longstreet and what they're trying to accomplish. Of course, they clinched the playoff spot, so they're wanting to stay healthy going in to the postseason. It'll be second down and 5.
Do we know who they're going to be facing that first round? Have we got that set up yet?
Well, we don't know if Pasadena Memorial can fight their way in. They would need to beat Channelview to do that. If not, Dobie would get in their spot. So still some things to be determined as there's a keeper up the middle. So it looked like Webb was playing the decoy there. And the first carry of the night for Majay Mickles.
Number 23, Johnny Michaels on the carry.
Making his first appearance. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns, and he will line up in that kind of wildcat look. He's got a touchdown through the air as well.
Nailing the plays it up for a South Houston first down.
Trojans able to move the chains, trying to cut into this 2-touchdown deficit. But they've been unable to kind of string together any kind of consistent offensive production. Webb, or actually the snap goes to Mickles. Handoff met in the backfield. Nothing doing there as Deer Park stops that play before it gets going. Ortegon and Luke Webb along that defensive line, stopping Cameron Webb, who was the ball carrier there.
You got any guesses on who? I was going to say, you got any guesses on who's going to come off the bottom of that pile first, or last rather, last?
They keep testing that interior part of the defense. Not a whole lot of success.
He got there first. He got up last. That's a good thing.
That's right. That's what you want. Playing right over the top of the ball in the middle of that D. Second down and 10. Trojans have it at their own 38. Webb, shotgun formation with 2 running backs. Actually, handoff goes to Webb after he slips up and falls down. So now we're starting to see something we didn't see a lot of in the first quarter with Mickles taking the snaps, and now Cameron Webb is down after he slipped.
You know, I noticed earlier from about the 40 to about the 25 over on that section over there, there's been a lot of guys slipping down. I don't know I don't know why, but there's been several guys that have slipped down over there tonight.
Did have just a little bit of rain just passed through, but certainly didn't look like it lasted long enough to.
Yeah, and this field typically, drains really well, so I can't imagine, what it would be, but.
And this could be a big loss for South Houston. Started as a sophomore last year, voted a captain. And
he's going to get up.
He helped keep South Houston in that game a year ago. Trojans hung around for about that first half against Deer Park last season. And Webb, a sophomore then, was really kind of the focal point of that. He's able to slowly walk over towards the sideline. Now we might see Mickles take a lot more snaps here. 3rd down and 10. Trojans need to get to their own 48 to keep the drive going. Ajay Mickles going to be lining up in that quarterback spot. 4 wideouts with 2 to each side. They go play action under pressure. Mickles steps up in the pocket. Salazar wraps him up and drops him for the sack.
I tell you what, good job by Salazar there. Just kept working hard. He had his arm wrapped around him. He slipped out of it for just a second, but Salazar did turn loose and kept working hard and was able to bring him to the ground.
2nd sack tonight by this Deer Park defense. Stops this drive. Here you see Salazar coming off the edge and just sticking with it. Getting to the quarterback.
Kind of like a gotcha. Come back here. Come here. Gotcha.
So now Hayden Smith standing at his own 25, waiting on the punt. Low line drive kick this time. Hayden Smith thought about fielding it on a hop and now does from his own 24. Trying to find somewhere to go. And good coverage by the Trojans downfield. Latrell Hargrove, the freshman running back / defensive back, making the tackle for South Houston there. So the Trojans going to be making their 2nd consecutive playoff appearance. Made it last year. Lost to C.E. King in the 1st round. But you just want to be in.
That's it. Just be there.
Deer Park 1st and 10 from their own 24. Robles handed off to Canales. Shifts his way and moves the pile forward for another 1st down run. 1 play, 1 carry, 1 1st down. That is an efficient way to move your offense.
You know, that'd be a stat to kind of figure out how many 1st down runs did you have on one play. You know, it's 1 run, 1st down. How many?
I don't know if we have that deep of a stat department.
I wonder if Todd could keep that kind of a stat. I bet he finds it.
Robles, play action. Slant route, caught by Phillips. He's got a 1st down up ahead. It's about the 47. Phillips had that touchdown negated on the offensive pass interference, but he collects that one. He got the scoring started last week versus Rayburn, had that 70-yard slant route. And Deer Park was on the board within the first 15 seconds of the game. Trying to build upon that momentum. 1st and 10. Deer Park at their own 47. They send Phillips in motion, but they will keep it on the ground for Canales. Just finds the hole, lowers his shoulder, and attacks and takes it into the South Houston side of things.
Number 25, Nathan Rosales, makes the stop for South Houston. Brings up 2nd down and 6 for Deer Park.
Two tight ends stacked to the right side of the offensive line. 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground. Canales with a big hole along the right side. He's going to try and bounce it inside the 30, inside the 25, before finally being brought down inside the 20. Another huge run. Victor Lopez, the one for South Houston, able to bump him out.
Yeah, again, I was just saying, okay, Mr. Official, come on. I know he didn't step out till at least the 15, and that's where we're going to spot the ball, is right on the 15-yard line.
Great bounce to the outside. Down to the 15. Canales going to get a breather. Boy, and Josh Larry trying to extend to bring him down, couldn't do it. Gregory going to get a carry. He's got some running room.
Man, did you see that cut right there where right as he got to the line, the cut back up the middle? Impressive cut right there for Gregory.
As Canales now over the 100-yard mark with that last run. Gregory picks up 8.
How far off of that 2,500-yard mark was he for the year, or
Well,
for the career?
He came in 2390, so he needed 110. I think he'll get there.
I think he's going to make that number.
On the sideline here, though, as Gregory stays in. Offset look. Keep it on the ground. Gregory following some blocks, and Gregory's got himself a touchdown. Gregory with his third touchdown on the ground. This thunder and lightning approach for Deer Park.
Why you want to go use that kind of analogy? Really? We're trying to get out. We're trying to get out of this weather.
It seemed appropriate. Deer Park extends the lead. They're out. Oh, a little bit of a low snap and bobbled. Sanchez had to hesitate a moment. And that PAT going to be no good, so the score going to stay at 20-0.
With 5:22 left in the second quarter. Deer Park 20. And South Houston.
This Deer Park offense starting to click. There you see all three tight ends motion. And Gregory just following his blockers all the way to the end zone. Gregory, just a junior, sure going to be a huge part of the 2023 season.
Yeah, on that last scoring drive, Deer Park 2 minutes and 49 seconds. 6 plays this time and 65 yards. So took us just a little bit longer to get there.
So just a little bit past the halfway point of the second quarter. And South Houston looking for answers offensively.
Yeah, once again, this defense for Deer Park just making it difficult. Man, look at that. Look at that wind blowing now. Those flags are staying straight out, and that flagpole is just whipping.
This time they're going to drive it deep on the kickoff and taking it about the 19 straight ahead. It looked like Salazar met him at the 30-yard line. Trell Hargrove, the freshman, on the kickoff return there.
That was a great tackle. He hit him and just wrapped him up and said, nope, no further.
Always good to have those defensive guys on your kickoff unit.
Well, they're used to making little contact. So.
Yeah. Salazar with a sack on the last drive. Nice tackle on the special teams right there. So South Houston from their own 30. And good to see Cameron Webb back out there for the Trojans after he slipped on the last drive and was down for a couple of minutes. He's back out, 1st and 10. Hand it off, Escareno. Thought about going right, now cuts back towards the middle of the field. Luke Webb and Batista there to meet him, but a flag thrown from the far sideline, back near the line of scrimmage.
Was that a sideline warning? It was.
Offense.
Wow.
Okay. Good eye.
Thank you.
How'd you spot that?
I'm not gonna give away.
I'm not going to give away the
my
official or what?
I'm not gonna give away my secret.
All right.
But the fact that sideline judge was running back, giving the sign,
Okay.
kind of gave it away.
I don't want to give away my secret, but here's how it happened.
Here's how it happened. I don't want to tell you, but I'll go ahead and tell you.
So good 5-yard pickup by Escareno there on 1st down. They go play action, quick little screen. No, in and out of the hands of Jacob Shepard. Don't know if that one was going anywhere anyway. Good coverage as Chavez was coming up, playing tight to the line.
I tell you, that was a good play by Chavez. You know, he could really been attempted to try to go for the ball there, but just went ahead and ran straight through the player. Made sure he broke up the pass. Just good defense.
Chavez giving up some height against Shepard. He's matched up one-on-one to the bottom of your screen. 3rd down and 5. Play action. Now Webb rolls the pocket. Going to go deep. Looking for Shepard. Chavez in coverage. And able to push Shepard off of his route. Good defense. No flag. Just great coverage downfield. And just like that, South Houston looking at a 4th down.
Yeah, Chavez just gets right in his chest, doesn't let him go anywhere. And as you said, just runs straight downfield with him, but keeps his helmet basically right in his chest. And when he gets ready to go up, can't get off that route to go get the football.
South Houston going 3 and out. And once again, going to be punting. Hayden Smith back inside his own 30. And Victor Lopez, number 15, doing the punting for South Houston. We've seen him punt it high and short, and then we've seen him go with the line drive kick. This is
he got some
somewhere
wind
in the middle. Hayden Smith from his own 25. Stopping, now reversing field, finds a little bit of a crease, and ultimately the coverage there for South Houston. They're going to spot him at the 27.
That was one of those, just about the time he got ready to catch it, I wanted to holler, no, don't do that.
Gustav giving him a little advice there, too. So this offense, they've really been clicking the last few drives. They are right back to it. Ball at their own 27. Gregory and Mendoza in the backfield. Hand it off to Mendoza. Trying to find a block. Finds a little bit of room and jumps up ahead. Going to be marked down just shy of the 30. Just a modest 2-yard gain there on first down. Gregory, the lead blocker there on that play. Probably a role more fitting of Canales. 2nd down and 7 to go. Gregory now to Robles' right in the backfield. Trey Martinez, he had his first touchdown reception last week. He's lined up in the slot, but they go play action. Little slant route again, ball deflected and going to be intercepted by South Houston.
I'll tell you something else we just realized. Canales is actually on the sideline right now and got that right ankle. He's got it iced up right now, so must have tweaked it some way. Got a little uncomfortable, so they're going to put some ice on it. With 3:33 to go in the half, now defense is going to have to step up here. And
Victor Lopez on the pick, his 2nd of the year, and the first turnover tonight by Deer Park. Off Robles' 6th interception thrown this season. Of course, half of those coming in that Channelview game. So the best starting field position of the night for South Houston, trying to get back in it. They're going to start this drive at the Deer Park 41. Cameron Webb with a snap, play action. Pass going to be complete to Shepard inside the 40. Wrapped up and thrown out of bounds by Chavez into the Deer Park bench. It's about a 4-yard pickup there on first down.
You know, if you're South Houston right now, you think, okay, wait a minute, we got them to miss. You know, they muffed the extra point, so they didn't get it to 21. If they come in down here and score, you know, right here before half, down 14, anything can happen. So if you're South Houston, you got to feel really.
And it off. Escareno trying to turn the corner, far sideline. Gets down to the 35 for Salazar. Met him after the short gain. Also Gustav again coming down from that safety spot. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, if you're South Houston, you really got to feel like that you got an opportunity here to at least keep yourself in this ball game with a touchdown.
Yeah, clock running now inside of 3 minutes. Can they sustain enough of that offensive production to find the end zone? 3rd down and 4. Ball in the Deer Park 35. And Coach Longstreet going to burn his 2nd timeout.
Timeout.
2:41 left in the half.
2nd timeout of the half.
And he might be looking at this drive the same way you are, is we need a touchdown here on this drive if we want to get back into this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, the fact is you're down 20-0, and if you could, again, get this touchdown right here, you keep yourself in the ball game coming out of halftime only down 14 points. So this is actually a really, really big drive for South Houston.
And depending on what they can get on 3rd down, I think without a doubt they're going to be going for it on 4th.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And Deer Park did kick off to start the game, so they're going to be receiving that second half. Kickoff. Always important, as Tim likes to point out.
I'm going to leave it alone. I was deliberately going to leave it alone. I wasn't going to say a word this time. But since you brought it up.
Okay.
No, I'm leaving it alone.
3rd down and 4 at the Deer Park 35. 2 in the backfield with Webb. Deer Park comes with the blitz. Handed off to Cameron Webb, fighting through tackles and going to be brought down after just a 1-yard gain. Actually ran into his own man. But Diego Batista for Deer Park was the one closest to him.
I got to be honest with you, I thought he actually picked up more than that, but obviously that's where he went down.
And now more rain starting to come through. Deer Park going to stack the box. They're going to bring a blitz as well, trying to stack up Webb before he can get to the first down marker. And I think they did. It was actually Mickles on the carry, but Deer Park blowing that play up before it could get going, and they stopped the Trojans on 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, he met him right at the 35-yard line, and that was not anywhere close to enough.
Just trying to follow a block from Webb, but nothing doing. Salazar making first contact, and then Demetrio coming in to help clean it up. Great game so far tonight for Salazar. 1st and 10 for Deer Park. They still have all 3 timeouts, so they could really look for a knockout punch here. Hand it off to Gregory. Looking for a hole, able to just kind of make a jump cut and get up ahead to about the 40. It looked like Mickles, number 23 from the safety spot, was coming flying in trying to fill that hole. But instead, Gregory able to pick up about an extra 3 or 4 yards. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Deer Park, like we said, all 3 timeouts left. 2nd and 4 from their own 40. Mascarenas is going to get the carry here as he's going to be falling forward. He does pick up the first down up to the 45. So we had that long run by Canales that got Deer Park inside the 15, and we have not seen Mo since. Clock continues to run inside of 90 seconds to go. Deer Park with it 1st and 10 at their own 45. Robles takes the snap. Quick little throw. Pass complete to McBride. And he's wisely gets out of bounds. Crosses midfield and marked out at the Trojan 49-yard line. 6-yard pickup for McBride there on his first catch tonight. Play action again. Double pump. Goes deep. Hayden Smith's got a step. He's got the catch and bumped out inside the 20. Josh Larry in coverage for South Houston, but Hayden Smith was able to get behind him. And Deer Park, they get the big play that they need on this drive as they're now knocking on the door in the red zone.
Yeah, with a minute 10 left to go, you really needed to try to pick up a chunk of yardage, and they did it right there on that play.
1st and 10. Clock stops with a minute 10 to go. Hand it off to Gregory up the middle. Not a whole lot there. As number 11, Jeremiah Shepard,
First time out of the half.
senior captain, kind of the middle part of that defense for South Houston, blowing that play up after a short gain. Deer Park going to take their first time out with a minute 4 left. And this is big. Next 64 seconds for both teams. Deer Park could really, like we said, put the knockout punch on South Houston.
Yeah.
But if you're the Trojans, you can take at least a victory into halftime.
Yeah, exactly. If you said it. If South Houston can keep Deer Park out right now, then you at least, again, feel like you have some opportunity in the ballgame. Deer Park scores here. It's going to be really, really hard, rough sledding for that Trojan team in that second half. And the thing about it is this weather is starting to do exactly what we knew it was going to do. It's starting, that drizzle rain starting to come down, and things are going to get even slipperier out there, and it just, you never know what might happen.
Yeah, it's just kind of been an ebb and flow of rain throughout this first half. Obviously, that's what led to the earlier start tonight. Trying to avoid as much of the bad weather as we could.
You know, I heard of a lot of the teams up in the Dallas area, they moved their ball games to last night.
Oh, really?
Because of everything.
Wow.
They've been pounded up there to earlier today, and so they moved everything to Thursday night and played a lot of games up there.
After the timeout, 2nd down and 9. Back on the ground. Gregory with a big hole along the right side inside the 10 before he's upended. Larry making the tackle. It is enough to move the chains. And Deer Park looking at 1st and goal now. Clock continues to run with 50 seconds to go.
You know, Gregory's going to be a lot of fun to watch next year as well, only as a junior this year.
Ball spotted at the 8-yard line. Robles and company taking a little bit of time. Now they're going to send Mendoza in motion. Snap gets away from Robles, and it rolls all the way back to the 30. And just going to try and get rid of it, but instead a horse collar comes in. That's actually going to bail out Deer Park a lot.
Yeah.
Robles had gone out of bounds out past the 30.
Man, that's one of those things right there when you're getting that, just if he can at all get turned around and just throw that thing out of bounds, just get rid of it, and that way you don't take the loss. Now, granted, the horse collar is going to help out a lot right here, but just throw the ball out of bounds and keep your spot.
Personal foul, horse collar, defense. That's half the distance. 1st down.
Well, again, Deer Park's going to get bailed out because of the penalty, but man, if you're Robles, you just got to, that's going to be one of those things you're going to look at the film. I got to get rid of this. I got to throw it away. Just throw it out of bounds. Get rid of it. Here's the replay.
Man, it's low snap, just getting by him. Had plenty of room to pick it up.
Timeout, Deer Park. 2nd timeout of the half.
Deer Park going to take their 2nd timeout, so 29 seconds left. Trying to see where they're spotting this ball after the penalty here.
Well, Coach Longstreet out there is giving the head official an earful right now. He did not like that call or that spot or something.
Yeah.
He is not happy.
They're spotting this ball inside the 5, and if that's the case, I think I'd be inclined to agree with it.
I agree completely.
I mean, the horse collar happened at, the 31, 32-yard line. So if you do half the distance from there, it should be around the 15 or 16. But instead, Deer Park actually gains yardage after the low snap and the penalty.
So they're saying that they're giving it from the
line of scrimmage on the last play.
Wow. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but.
And some more rain starting to pass through. Umbrellas coming out. Well, a huge break for Deer Park. 1st and goal at the 4 following that horse collar penalty. And Deer Park with 1 timeout, 30 seconds left. I'm sure they've probably called a couple of plays if they keep it on the ground. McBride motions over. 3 tight ends on the field. Hand it off to Gregory. He's got a hole along the middle of the field, and Gregory's got the touchdown. 2nd one on the ground tonight for the junior running back. Extends the Deer Park lead.
Well, once again, just getting in there behind that offensive line, letting them make their blocks, finding the hole, and just kind of sliding right through that block and that seam that he found. And once again, Deer Park's on the board.
So Gregory had 2 touchdowns coming into tonight. He's got 2 in this first half. Sanchez's extra point makes it 27-0 here just before the half. And here you see the replay, just using all those tight ends to push around that South Houston defense.
I'm glad you called 27. We're going to have to call up there to the scoreboard, tell them to get on that. They're still at 26.
Certainly looked like it went through.
Oh, I thought they even called it through on the PA system, so I thought it went through. Hey, if the PA announcer says it's good, isn't it good?
That's what I'm going with.
There it is. They got it right now. Check this out. So our first scoring drive was 57 yards. Then we go 64 yards, 65 yards, and 66 yards.
Wow.
That last scoring drive, 66 yards on 8 plays, 1:50 to go to get that done. And brings us to 23 seconds before the half.
So Sanchez, with this rain, looks like it's sticking around a little bit longer than it has.
Yeah, I think it's
earlier in the half.
I think it's only going to get worse.
I think it might be right.
Hey, we're halfway done.
But as long as, like you said, as long as we can avoid that lightning, that's the biggest thing. I'm sure a lot of these players don't mind the rain. We know South Houston doesn't. High, short kick. Shepard from his own 27. Going to try and return it. He's got a crease along the near sideline. Takes it across midfield before being tackled by Martinez. But somehow just able to tiptoe that sideline. And a good return by Shepard.
Yeah, he did a really good job of getting around on that edge of that sideline and slipping a couple of quick tackles there. And if Martinez doesn't make that tackle, that could have been 6 points.
First down, South Houston from the Deer Park 45-yard line.
So Deer Park not quite out of the woods yet. 17 seconds left in this first half. South Houston and Cameron Webb, they do have the wind at their back if they're looking for a Hail Mary at any point. Webb takes the snap, takes a deep drop, has running room, but he's going to fire deep towards the end zone, and it is going to be jump ball and deflected. Looked like Batista, the one that had to go in and out of his hands, incomplete. So
we're almost lucky that didn't get popped up and them catch it.
Yes, indeed.
Because it was sure a possibility there. The ball kind of, when he went up for it, that'd have been a nightmare.
Yeah. So 9 seconds left, so.
I don't know about a nightmare, but a really bad dream anyway.
So maybe enough time for 2 more of those. That one took 8 seconds off the clock. 2nd and 10. Play action. Webb, another deep drop. Under pressure now. Stepping up, another rainbow towards the end zone. And it's going to go incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and that ends the half. Deer Park with 27 points on the board. They are now over 400 points on the season. They become just the 6th Deer Park team all time to cross that 400-point mark.
That's a nice little stat to have.
Yeah, of course, putting 70 on Rayburn kind of helped him get
helps.
back on pace for that after being held to 14 against Channelview. So at the half, Deer Park with a 27-0 lead on South Houston. We'll take a break. We'll give you the halftime band performance. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. But for now, we will see you in the third quarter. Deer Park with a 27-0 lead.
Our friendly medical team is standing by waiting to provide you concierge-level medical care. Caring for our Deer Park athletes is one of our top priorities. Community First DR is conveniently located on Highway 225 and East Boulevard. Community First DR is committed to putting your health, your community, and you first every day.
Okay, so take this right. Now pull into that parking space. Now put the car in park. Great, thanks so much. It's my lunch break.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Order now at Wingstop in Deer Park, 7730 Spencer Highway.
I'm a proud Deer Park High alum, class of 2002. I grew up with Coach Flynn. We played baseball together. Now, I'm an attorney in Houston, fighting to make our community safer. We've recovered hundreds of millions for injured people, from car wrecks to refinery accidents. Deer Park prepared me for the challenges I face today. And when you need help, I'm prepared to fight for you.
You show great promise. And with a Promise at San Jack Scholarship, you can reach your goals debt-free. Promise is money to help cover the cost of tuition and books at San Jacinto College. It's available to graduating seniors living in the San Jacinto College taxing district, regardless of your GPA or income. Get your credential tuition free. Apply to be a Promise Scholar today. Visit our website for more information.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Community First DR is open 24/7 with little to no wait time. Our friendly medical team is standing by waiting to provide you concierge-level medical care. Caring for our Deer Park athletes is one of our top priorities. Community First DR is conveniently located on Highway 225 and East Boulevard. Community First DR is committed to putting your health, your community, and you first every day.
It's time for personal injury attorney David Garcia to give back to the town he grew up in.
Now open in Deer Park, I'm here to represent you.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're going to miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
In 1928, Shell moved to Deer Park and started operations the next year. This was the beginning of a lifelong partnership. Over the decades, the site and community have grown together and stepped up to the challenge time and again. Today, Shell Chemicals proudly produces the building blocks to transform our modern world. They give us the clothes we wear and the gadgets we enjoy. As our employees give back to the community, products made with chemicals care for us too. They help us see better and improve hygiene. Our site creates jobs and helps bring the community together, while chemical building blocks keep us connected, both virtually, physically, and inside our homes. Chemicals help make our world better, beginning right here in Deer Park, the birthplace of Texas.
The Deer Park Education Foundation, in partnership with the Deer Park School District, is proud to support the DPISD Book Bus program. The bus will make stops throughout the community to distribute books and keep students reading all year long. We hope to encourage both love and passion for reading in even the youngest of our students. Check out the district's website to find out where the book bus will be stopping next.
And go Deer!
Community First DR is open 24/7 with little to no wait time. Our friendly medical team is standing by waiting to provide you concierge-level medical care. Caring for our Deer Park athletes is one of our top priorities. Community First DR is conveniently located on Highway 225 and East Boulevard. Community First DR is committed to putting your health, your community, and you first every day.
Okay, so take this right. Now pull into that parking space. Now put the car in park. Great, thanks so much. It's my lunch break.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Order now at Wingstop in Deer Park, 7730 Spencer Highway.
I'm a proud Deer Park High alum, class of 2002. I grew up with Coach Flynn. We played baseball together. Now, I'm an attorney in Houston, fighting to make our community safer. We've recovered hundreds of millions for injured people, from car wrecks to refinery accidents. Deer Park prepared me for the challenges I face today, and when you need help, I'm prepared to fight for you.
You show great promise. And with a Promise at San Jack Scholarship, you can reach your goals debt-free. Promise is money to help cover the cost of tuition and books at San Jacinto College. It's available to graduating seniors living in the San Jacinto College taxing district, regardless of your GPA or income. Get your credential tuition free. Apply to be a Promise Scholar today. Visit our website for more information.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Community First TR is open 24/7 with little to no wait time. Our friendly medical team is standing by waiting to provide you concierge-level medical care. Caring for our Deer Park athletes is one of our top priorities. Community First TR is conveniently located on Highway 225 and East Boulevard. Community First TR is committed to putting your health, your community, and you first, every day.
It's time for personal injury attorney David Garcia to give back to the town he grew up in.
Now open in Deer Park, I'm here to represent you.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're going to miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
In 1928, Shell moved to Deer Park and started operations the next year. This was the beginning of a lifelong partnership. Over the decades, the site and community have grown together and stepped up to the challenge time and again. Today, Shell Chemicals proudly produces the building blocks to transform our modern world. They give us the clothes we wear and the gadgets we enjoy. As our employees give back to the community, products made with chemicals care for us too. They help us see better and improve hygiene. Our site creates jobs and helps bring the community together, while chemical building blocks keep us connected, both virtually, physically, and inside our homes. Chemicals help make our world better, beginning right here in Deer Park, the birthplace of Texas.
The Deer Park Education Foundation, in partnership with the Deer Park School District, is proud to support the DPISD Book Bus program. The bus will make stops throughout the community to distribute books and keep students reading all year long. We hope to encourage both love and passion for reading in even the youngest of our students. Check out the district's website to find out where the book bus will be stopping next.
And go Deer!
Community First TR is open 24/7 with little to no wait time. Our friendly medical team is standing by waiting to provide you concierge-level medical care. Caring for our Deer Park athletes is one of our top priorities. Community First TR is conveniently located on Highway 225 and East Boulevard. Community First TR is committed to putting your health, your community, and you first, every day.
Okay, so take this right. Now pull into that parking space. Now put the car in park.
Great, thanks so much.
It's my lunch break.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Order now at Wingstop in Deer Park, 7730 Spencer Highway.
I'm a proud Deer Park High alum, class of 2002. I grew up with Coach Flynn. We played baseball together. Now, I'm an attorney in Houston, fighting to make our community safer. We've recovered hundreds of millions for injured people, from car wrecks to refinery accidents. Deer Park prepared me for the challenges I face today, and when you need help, I'm prepared to fight for you.
You show great promise. And with a Promise at San Jack Scholarship, you can reach your goals debt-free. Promise is money to help cover the cost of tuition and books at San Jacinto College. It's available to graduating seniors living in the San Jacinto College taxing district, regardless of your GPA or income. Get your credential tuition free. Apply to be a Promise Scholar today. Visit our website for more information.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Community First DR is open 24/7 with little to no wait time. Our friendly medical team is standing by waiting to provide you concierge-level medical care. Caring for our Deer Park athletes is one of our top priorities. Community First DR is conveniently located on Highway 225 and East Boulevard. Community First DR is committed to putting your health, your community, and you first, every day.
It's time for personal injury attorney David Garcia to give back to the town he grew up in.
Now open in Deer Park, I'm here to represent you.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're going to miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Deer Park High School Marching Band of Deer Park. The band is on the direction of Bill Hubert and Supervisor. Assisted by kindergarten instructor Gail Hubert. Junior directors are Chris Murphy, David Jackson, Tony teachers Jeff McIntyre, Paul Gator, Matt Ball, and Lauren Gray. Executive directed by Murphy, Jason Brown. First year principals are Scott Davis, Mike Taylor, and Matt Howard. Superintendent Steve and Stephen Carroll. The marching band had a great season performing over the football, and I'd like to thank all of our parents and the administration for their support. And go Deer! Other scores from around the area tonight. At halftime, Channelview leads Pasadena Memorial 46-13. The final from yesterday, Crosby 59, Blue Creek Memorial 13. At halftime, North Shore 49, Keywood 7. And in the third quarter, Sam Ringer 21 and Pasadena 6.
right, we are getting ready to go here for the third quarter. Mason Pratt here alongside Tim Culp. Final regular season game for Deer Park. And they are looking good here after the first 24 minutes, on top 27-0 on top of South Houston. We got hit hard during halftime, but it looks like it has kind of passed through. Fingers crossed. Of course, that might be the old broadcaster jinx right there. The worst of it might be on its way.
There you go. You're the one calling thunder and lightning a minute ago, and now look what's happening.
So Deer Park with that 27-0 advantage, and they will be receiving this second half kickoff. Both these teams headed for the postseason. South Houston clinched a spot when they knocked off Dobie last week. They'll be going in as the lower Division II school. And depending on who makes it between Pasadena Memorial and Dobie, that kind of will determine who goes Division I out of those two. Thought about the little onside kick, but instead going to be taken by Hayden Smith in front of Trey Martinez. And Hayden Smith with a good return, breaks the tackle at the 30, makes a cut up ahead to the 40. Good looking return and a nice start to the third quarter. So Pasadena Memorial needing a win to make it into the playoffs, but unfortunately for the Mavericks, they're taking on the top team in 22-6A in Channelview, and the Falcons at the break with a 36-13 lead there. So if that score were to hold, it would be Channelview, Deer Park, Dobie, and South Houston. First and 10 at the 42. Robles, pistol formation, handed off to Gregory. Along the right side, breaks through a tackle, crosses midfield, stays on his feet, and Gregory showing off some power there, breaking through some arm tackles.
Yeah, Gregory showing off his Canales moves right there. Let's barrel through these guys, run over people, and
we think Canales' night might be done just out of more cautionary than anything else. So a heavy dose of Gregory here in the second half. Gregory had 6 carries for 37 yards and a couple of touchdowns in the first half. Off to a good start here. Deer Park in Trojan territory, first and 10 at the 45. Little RPO pass in and out of the hands along the sideline as he was trying to find Mendoza right in front of the Deer Park bench, incomplete.
Yeah, that's that old deal of when it hits you in the hands, you need to make that catch. That was definitely one of them. Mendoza makes that catch 9 times out of 10, but on this one, he missed it.
Robles, 5 of 8 in the first half. 60 yards and an INT. Second down and 10. Gregory, the deep back. Gets the call again, trying to find a burst right at the line of scrimmage, and does so. Shepard with the tackle for South Houston, but not before Gregory picks up about 9.
You know, Gregory's always ran hard, but tonight he's kind of showing a little power run there, trying to get a stiff arm up there, got it up right in the guy's chest, push him back a little bit to try to pick up an extra yard or two.
Deer Park facing a third down here. Offense quickly to the line. Robles under center. Trojans showing blitz, and now Robles going to back out. Calling out the change to the offensive line. Offset look in the backfield. Miles Brown going to lead the way for Gregory. Stutter steps to the line. Gregory breaking through tackles again, shifting his way inside the 20 before being taken down inside the 15. Picked up the first down and a whole lot more.
Yeah, Josh Larry finally able to bring him down there, but again, just weaving his way through those tackles as you called, and just Gregory looking really good right now.
23 yards on that run on third down. Deer Park once again knocking on the door inside the red zone. First and 10 at the Trojans 14. All 3 tight ends motion over towards the right side of the line. Trojans going to try and stack the box. Gregory hits the hole hard, spinning off tacklers and down inside the 5. Great start to this second half for the junior running back. Does pick up the first down, so first and goal. Ball at the Soho 4-yard line. They stick with this heavy formation. 3 tight ends, 2 stacked to the right side of the line. Hand it off Gregory, following his blocks, and Gregory making it look easy. Give credit to the offensive line there, as Gregory has his 3rd touchdown tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, lots of credit, as you said, to that offensive line. They just, not necessarily huge holes, but just good holes for Gregory to slide into. Doing a little cut here and there, weaves his way into the end zone.
Erdman takes the snap, gets it down, and Sanchez boots it through. 34-0, Deer Park on top. Almost all Gregory on that drive. And he caps it off with the touchdown.
Look at that replay there. I need to rephrase that a little bit. They had a pretty good hole made wide open there for him to run through.
Yeah.
That was a lot bigger than I thought it was.
This offensive line starting to have their way with this South Houston defense right now. The Deer Park opens up the 3rd quarter. They drive the field. A little over 3 minutes gone by, and they add another touchdown. Sanchez getting the ball teed up. Still kicking into the wind as that wind comes whipping in out of the south. High short kick. Fair catch going to be made by South Houston just shy of the 30. It looked like Victor Lopez, defensive back, who had an interception in the first half, getting underneath that one. And the Trojans going to be coming to the line for the first time on offense here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, on that last scoring drive, Deer Park, 6 plays, 58 yards, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. But that 58 yards was picked up on 5 rushes.
All Gregory, huh?
All Gregory.
Gregory up to 95 yards now. Canales already hitting the 100-yard mark, and Webb slips for the 2nd time tonight. They were going for that little read option look, but Luke Webb, I don't think, was allowing that play to go anywhere, even if he hadn't slipped.
One thing's for sure, there's plenty of water on that turf down there now after that rain that we had come through here.
Yeah, I'm sure the band taking some time to dry out. 2nd and 14 after Cameron Webb went backwards there on 1st down. 2 in the backfield, handed off to Mickles, trying to follow his blockers along the left side, makes his cut at the 30, hit hard as Batista, and I don't know who the safety coach, whatever speech he gave his group before
it's working right now.
Tonight's game, they have all been flying around.
Well, I tell you what, I just want them to carry it over to next week.
That'll work.
We're going to need it.
3rd down and 5. South Houston trying to avoid the 3 and out. Play action, quick throw, pass complete. Chavez bringing down the wide receiver. Going to be close to the line to gain as Shepard hauled that catch in. But looks like he might be about a yard shy. Cameron Webb in that first half, just 2 for 10 passing. Had the one long play to Shepard, but outside of that, it was not much through the air. 4th and inches. Trojans going to go for it. Trying to claw their way back in. Handed off. No, keeper by Cameron Webb. He's got 2 lead blockers out in front, trying to turn the corner, but the Deer Park defense able to stretch out that play.
Got a flag over here on this near sideline.
Cameron Webb, he tried to stretch out at the last moment, but we got to check the flag here and see.
We're going to have a sideline warning this time on Deer Park. See if I'm right.
Called it right in the first half on South Houston. See if you can Keep that batting average at 1,000. Well, a long talk here.
Yeah, it is.
After the play, personal foul, sideline interference. The referee ran into the coach. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
So Deer Park not even getting a warning. It was that egregious.
Wow.
Going to give South Houston 15 and a new set of downs, so you don't even have to worry about whether Webb made it to the line to gain on that 4th down run. First and 10. South Houston with it at the Deer Park 47. Send a man in motion. Hand it off. Takes a big hit to Demetrio. Meeting Lopez there on the carry and slinging him down. Senior linebacker. He's had a good night as well.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I bet you there's not anybody that steps on that white line from the Deer Park bench right now, because Coach Flynn has started at one end and he's gone all the way down to the other end. And everybody's backing up as he's coming down that line.
The old get-back coach.
The old get-back coach.
So no gain on that carry by Lopez, as Demetrio met him at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Play action for Webb. He takes a deep drop, looking for somewhere to go. Now trying to escape pressure. Hit from behind. Does a good job. No, lost the football. But able to jump back on it. He had that ball out. Demetrio getting to him for a loss. 3rd time Webb has been sacked tonight. Trojans going backwards now, looking at a 3rd and 13. Ball spotted right at midfield. Webb motions a man out. Takes the snap, trying to set up a screen. Complete, but wrapped up from behind. Ortegon tracks him down. Good job. Trojans trying to take advantage of this aggressive pass rush. Picks up not quite enough. Only about 6 yards gained on that play.
And Dino was just reading the snap count right there, and he just took the chance. Started about 5 yards deep, and he took off running. But they were able to get the play off.
4th and 7. Trojans down by 34. Trying to keep their drive alive. Need to get to the Deer Park 37. Deer Park brings a blitz.
Oh, we're offsides.
Loads up, fires downfield. One-on-one coverage, but overthrown. Javion Lee, the intended target, but like Tim said, flags all over the places. Deer Park was trying to time that blitz right at the snap, but got there a little too early. Going to make this 4th down a little bit more manageable.
We have 2 penalties. Offsides defense. Holding. Offense.
Wow.
Penalties offset. 4th down.
Going to redo the down. So Deer Park actually kind of helped out with that holding call. 4:30 to go here in the 3rd. And this Deer Park defense so far pitching a shutout.
Let's get this stop right here, fellas.
South Houston needing to get down to the Deer Park 37. 4th down. 3 wideouts far side of the field for Cameron Webb. Now motions his running back out. Webb fires over the middle, pass complete. Big hit by Gustav, but a great catch to hold on to it.
It's going to be close.
Looked like Lee on the reception. Paid the price for the catch. And Deer Park defense holds, courtesy of the hit by Gustav.
What's this hit? Boom.
Lopez on the reception. That's why I would never want to play receiver. Coming over the middle like that, no thank you.
You think his teeth got jarred on that one?
Yeah. So the Deer Park defense holds on 4th down. Right back to...
That's when that whirlpool bath feels really good tomorrow morning.
1st and 10 at their own 38. Empty backfield. They're going to send Gregory in motion. Quarterback keeper for Robles. Takes it up ahead to the 43. A nice 5 yards there on 1st down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to me as well to see how much longer Robles stays in the ball game with this, this 34-0 lead. I would suspect maybe the 4th quarter we see him come out.
Yeah, it could be his final drive. Gregory gets the handoff. Just a short gain. Going to be spotted at the 45. Jeremiah Shepard, middle linebacker for the Trojans, gets Gregory down there. So Deer Park looking at a 3rd down, trying to keep the drive going. I don't know if they've had a 3-and-out tonight. Mascarenas checks in. Straight handoff. Mascarenas hesitates a moment, lost the football, picked up by South Houston. And some flags come in at the back end as McBride, I think, was trying to get the tackle on the defender who recovered that fumble.
Yeah, and in the process, the guy had the ball and he got his helmet ripped off, and it looks like the officials didn't like that. Hey, if your chin strap comes off, it's not my fault.
Second turnover tonight by Deer Park. Only the 3rd lost fumble by the Deer this year. So the defense who just made the 4th down stop, sudden change, right back out. And the Trojans, a couple times tonight, they've started on the plus side of the 50.
Mason, there's another flag out there toward the middle part of the field. I'm wondering if there's actually 2 penalties on this play. A lot of conversation going on with the officials right now. Here we go. Get the verdict.
We have a fumble on the play. Personal foul, face mask, defense. That'll be 15 yards from the end of the run. After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense against South Houston. That penalty would be 15 yards, 1st down South Houston.
Looks like a couple of offsetting 15-yard penalties here.
Now, I was just fixing to say, surely he isn't going to walk 15 yards that way just to turn around and walk 15 yards back.
I hope not.
I'm watching right now. I was just saying, please don't do that. Please don't. Just spot the ball. Let's go.
We've seen some wilder things from
yes,
officiating
absolutely.
groups.
This crew's actually done a pretty good job tonight.
Yeah, they have done a good job of keeping the pace of play going. So after the turnover, South Houston going to start this drive at the Deer Park 48-yard line. 3:17 left in the 3rd. It has been all Deer Park so far. Trying to maintain that shutout. Starters still in there defensively for Deer Park. Webb takes the snap, handed off on 1st down along the left side, getting through the grip of Batista, but Salazar, as well as Sanders coming in.
I mean, I tell you, you've talked about it 2 or 3 times, just the sheer aggression of our defense tonight, the way they're running through their tackles and so forth, playing with a lot of intensity still, even with this big lead. I think that's the thing you've got to do, again, as you get ready and prepared to go into next week.
Hargrove, the freshman ball carrier on that one, picking up a few. And, yeah, those safeties, they've been starting back deep, but they come flying in, trying to close down that hole as quick as they can. 2nd and 7 now from the 45-yard line. 3 wideouts, far side of the field. Webb, quick throw, setting up a screen, and in and out of the hands of his wide receiver.
I'll tell you what, I think they need to go over and, not that I want them to, but they need to go over and redo their cleats or something.
Cameron Caldwell had it go in and out of his hands. And yeah, we've seen several South Houston players slip. Haven't really seen a whole lot of Deer Park players slip. Third down. 3 wide receivers split out near side of the field. Webb still with a strong wind at his back. Play clock at 7. And Deer Park brings blitz off the edge. Millette was there. Webb trying to find somewhere to go, and that door closes in a hurry. Okinola, the sophomore defensive lineman, I think the first one there. And Millette coming off the edge untouched. Great pursuit by the rest of that front 7. Shuts down that South Houston drive and bringing up a 4th down. So under 2 to go here in the third. Hayden Smith back at his own 10-yard line waiting on the punt. High, short kick. Going to take a hop at the Deer Park 21 and a little bit of a Deer Park roll up ahead to the 25.
So here we go, 1:30 left to go in the third quarter.
Robles and the starter still out. Starting this drive at their own 26. It has been a heavy dose of Gregory so far in this second half. Fake to give. Keeper by Robles up the middle, following some blocks for the first down and more. Taking defenders with him and all the way up past the 45.
That's a great run right there.
Up ahead to the 48. First down as Robles picks up 22 up the middle.
That was a great run. They had a couple of opportunities to bring him down, but he just kept his legs moving, kept pushing forward.
I thought Gregory was going to lift him up and keep him on his feet. 1st and 10. Inside of a minute to go, third quarter. Little RPO. Pass complete. As McBride, short gain on the play, but does take it into South Houston territory.
Yeah, I might have to have a conversation with that young man. This old buddy, stay on your feet. You don't have to lose.
Hurdle that man.
Hurdle that man. Get over him. Let's go.
What should be the final play of the third quarter. Going to be a handoff to Gregory. Met right at the line, trying to spin off the initial contact made by Mickles.
And Mickles was right there, met him right at the line, and
no gain on the play, and that will do it for the third. And assuming the rain hasn't scared them off.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Are you kidding me? No way.
Here
they come.
There you go. The national champion cheerleading team getting recognized here in between the third and the fourth quarter. You know, I saw them come out on the field in the pregame, and I noticed that giant trophy that they've got out there. They brought it with them.
There it is.
That's the hardware.
Look at that banner. There we go. Proud night for those young ladies to be able to show off that national championship banner.
Well, there you hear it. Third banner that they're going to get to hang.
Well, again, proud moment for those young ladies. Congratulations.
Look at the size of that trophy. My goodness. You know
that trophy's bigger than some of those girls.
You ain't lying. Starting the fourth quarter here, Deer Park with a 3rd down and 7. Robles taking a deep drop. Now I'm just going to try and dump it off to Gregory out of the backfield on a little swing route, but just let him a little bit too far.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of catch he was trying to make there. That was definitely not catch the ball with your hands. He was trying to do some kind of little coddle catch there or something. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I
Reach
think
out there
Robles,
and catch the ball.
I think Robles could have gotten it to him a little bit quicker out of the backfield, I think. But that ball going to go incomplete, and Deer Park going to punt, I believe, for, the first time tonight? Is that right?
I was thinking there was one more, may not have been. I think there's one a little
I
earlier.
got the thumbs up from behind us.
If you got the thumbs up, then that's all that matters right there.
Deep kick down inside the 10. Fair catch made.
So does the quick kick not count as a punt?
You know what? You're right. Ralph Osborne, the sophomore, getting underneath that punt.
Just asking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I got the thumbs up and I went with it.
See there.
You know.
I tell you what.
Even if you're in the wrong, just act confident.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'd go with that thumbs up back there a lot more than I'd go with what I say. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's too many times I've tried to drop a stat off the top of my head, only to quit just about 5 seconds later. Go, you know what? That's not right.
That's not it. That's not it. That's why we got Todd back there. He keeps it straight.
So after the punt, down to inside the 10. Cameron Webb and company starting deep in their territory. All kinds of time. Now fires over the middle. Has a man wide open out past the 35 and all kinds of time to cover. It's hard to ask of your defense, especially as more substitutions come in defensively.
Well, Webb took a shot, too, right as he delivered the ball. Guess who? Webb hit him right in the ribs.
Wow.
So he took a lick right there.
And one of the bigger, more successful plays of the night for South Houston, up ahead to their own 37. Cameron Webb motions a man out. Empty backfield now. Pass complete to his running back out of the backfield, who breaks the tackle, picking up yardage out past the 40. Escarino with the reception out of the backfield and does a good job to pick up a chunk after breaking through a tackle on the far side. So Sanders has been playing as that third safety over the last couple of weeks now, kind of shifting over to that cornerback role that he had earlier on in the year. 2nd down and 5. Webb takes the snap. Keeper, but he is going to be wrapped up and breaking through a tackle before being tripped up along the far sideline by Sanders.
Pruitt had him had both arms wrapped around him. How he got through that, I don't know, but he did.
South Houston player down. Is that Cameron Webb as he went into the bench there? Hard to tell, but got a 5-yard.
I don't see Webb anywhere. So I'm thinking you may be right.
Might have been right into those chains too. That can always trip you up if those chain gang guys don't.
Yeah, no, it's Webb.
So 2nd time he has been down tonight.
He's getting back up.
He's a guy who, like we said, does it all for South Houston. 8 touchdown passes through the air, 9 on the ground. He's also got an interception as a defensive back. So, like we said, it's not a large team in terms of numbers for South Houston. So every guy who contributes on both sides is essentially, twice as important. 3rd down and 2 rather. Mickles taking the snap, hand off to Escarino, who picks up the 1st down and brought down not before he picks up yardage into Deer Park territory. Barkley with the tackle for Deer Park. 1st and 10. Nichols going to put it in the air for the first time tonight. Throws, pass complete downfield as he finds Shepard. Good looking throw from Mickles up the seam.
Yeah, not a lot of arch on the ball, just putting the ball right on, almost a strike.
Yeah, had some zip on it.
Had a little zip, sure did.
Ball going to be spotted just inside the 30 as South Houston trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. Mickles 4 wide receiver set. Escareno the running back. Mickles looking to throw, looking for the little out and up. Shepard's open, but now Mickles going to break the pocket and try and take it himself. Taking it down inside the 20 before being bumped out inside the 15. A whole lot of pile over there along the near sideline. I think it was Barkley who finally ran out Mickles.
Tell you what, give Mickles some credit there. He's had a good pass rate play coming in and a nice run right there.
First down and 10, South Houston.
Looking really good on these last two plays.
They can pick up a first down. Ball at the 11. First down and 10. Mickles sending a man in motion, fake the give to him. Keeper by Mickles, trying to follow a block from Shepard as he works outside. Mickles turns the corner, and South Houston on the board here in the fourth quarter. 11-yard touchdown run by Mickles, his 4th on the season.
Yeah, Mickles there on that play. He just keeps stretching things out. Finally gets the last little bit of that edge that he needs to be able to turn it upfield and just gets the ball right over the top of the pylon and able to score.
9:26 left. South Houston gets on the scoreboard here. Extra point up and good as Navarro splits the uprights, and it's 34-7. Some other scores around the district. Channelview still on top, 36-13. Rayburn starting to pull away from Pasadena, so the Texans about to get their first district win. And then over in 21-6A, North Shore rolling by Kingwood. C.E. King cruises past Westbrook 49-14. Atascocita and Summer Creek, both those teams head towards the playoffs. Eagles with just a 2-point advantage over the Bulldogs, 12-10.
Wow.
As that game at halftime. So like we talked about, if that score with Channelview holds, Pasadena Memorial would be out. That would put Dobie back into the playoffs. And so the matchups would be the number 1 Division I team would be Deer Park taking on the number 2 Division I team from 21-6A. So it would be Atascocita here at Hampshire Stadium against Deer Park next Friday. The other matchup in Division I would be Dobie at North Shore, and then you go small school C.E. King at Channelview, and then these Trojans South Houston would take on Summer Creek. And so it's no longer just the district champion getting to host a playoff game.
Yeah, I guess it's the highest seed.
Highest seed in the division. Which, hey, we'll take that.
Hey, absolutely. I'd much rather be here at the house playing in this nice confines of home.
Fair catch going to be made by McBride at about the 37-yard line, and I'm sure due to UIL rules, we won't be able to live stream the game. We'll have the stream. We'll do it as if we're doing it live. But it'll go out a little bit after the game wraps up. But you can watch it for free. You don't have to pay anything. Just got to watch it on a little bit of a delay.
You can listen to it live.
That's true. That is how we did it last year. So
Yeah.
you can listen to it live, or you can wait a little bit and watch the video stream for free. Handed off, or keeper by new quarterback Andis Robles. His night is done, and it looks like Kieselhorst on the keeper there.
I like how you're watching your money over there for free. Good job.
I think it's just a much better deal than that pay-per-view.
That's right.
Stuff they got going.
So overrated.
Give me a break. We've had our run-ins with all those guys.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Yeah. Inside of 9 minutes to go here. Kieselhorst in at quarterback. Gano and Miles Brown, the two tight ends, shifting over to the right side of the line. It has been a heavy dose of Gregory here in the second half as he gets another carry, taking it right into the teeth of that Trojan defense. And look at this offensive line trying to push the pile. Looks like it might be enough for a first down, and it is.
Yeah, we got it. Look at there.
And so Gregory going to go over the 100-yard mark. So 200-yard rushers for Deer Park tonight. Canales got that. Not even by halftime on a big run. We heard he got his foot stepped on in pregame warm-up.
Yeah.
And then kind of retweaked it on that long run. They figure we'll just keep him out. Hand it off. Trey Martinez, the speedster. Tries to pick up what he can, trying to turn the corner. Down to the 46. Just like that, he picks up about 7 yards on a play where there was not a whole lot there.
Not much at all, was there?
He's going to be a fun one to watch over the next couple of years, too.
Oh, yes, he is. A lot of fun to watch him.
Like we've been told, third fastest guy in the district. 2nd and 4 for Deer Park. Empty backfield. Is now Mascarenas in motion. Handed on, or keeper by Kieselhorst again. Gets close to the first down marker. Going to be about a yard shy. Good job by the South Houston band, still going.
You know,
I thought their night might have been done after playing in that rainstorm. They're sticking around. Deer Park band is gone.
They said, y'all can have all this.
3rd down and a yard to go. And it off. Mascarenas along the right side. He picks up the first down, taking it inside the 40. For Osborne for South Houston was finally able to trip him up. He gets down to the 35. That'll be enough for another Deer Park first down. Deer Park trying to bleed off as much of this remaining 7 minutes as they can. 1st and 10. Martinez is going to be lining up in the slot. Bottom of your screen. Now they're going to send another man in motion, Mascarenas, but keeper by Kieselhorst trying to follow some blocks.
Oh, he should have cut back there where he
tried to bounce it. Yeah.
He had the cut back there, and he didn't take it.
Just a 2-yard gain following the quarterback keeper by the sophomore. As he has kind of emerged as that second quarterback behind Robles. They've gone back and forth with both of the sophomores, but Kieselhorst usually the first one out. And an off Mascarenas up the middle. And a 2-yard gain down to the 31. And then they kind of rotate McAdams in, kind of alternate the two.
I know we're in 2-down territory, but we need to go ahead and pick up this first down right here.
Gonna need 6 yards to do it. Shotgun set. Kieselhorst taking the snap, keeping it on the ground. No little RPO. Pass is complete. Short gain on the play as the pass complete to number 85, Maddox Morgan, senior tight end. So only about a 2-yard pickup there, and now a 4th and about 4 to go. Play clock at 15. Deer Park still in the huddle. And they might burn their first time out here.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen right here.
Timeout, Deer Park. First time out of the half.
So the clock stops, 4:32 left in the fourth. Deer Park going to improve the overall series 33-12 all time versus the Trojans with a win here tonight and improve that winning streak to 16 games.
I think more importantly for tonight, coming out here with a 9, you're going to end up with a 9-1 district record. There's lots of teams that would like to have that type of record, and Deer Park pulled it off, and something to really be proud of. And again, as we get ready to head into the next week into the playoffs against the Atascocita, as you mentioned just a little while ago.
Yeah, first time since 2011, Deer Park going to finish the regular season with just one loss. And it just seems like every year that Coach Flynn has been here, there has been incremental upward trajectory.
Oh, yeah.
First season was below 500, missed out on the playoffs. Then it was about getting into the postseason. Then it was about let's win district. Fell a little bit short of that this year, but still the 9-1 record. Just continue to improve. Fourth down and 4 offense. Staying out for Deer Park, trying to pick up a first down so they can burn some more clock. Fake the give to Martinez. Kieselhorst under pressure. Escapes the pocket, throws downfield. High pass, and too tall, intended for Parrish Smith.
I'll tell you what, he was under a ton of pressure, too, and to be able to break that tackle and then still gain enough composure to at least make an attempt to get that pass completed.
Yeah.
Nice play. Would have been better, but, hey, can't win them all.
Falls incomplete, and the Trojans going to take over on offense with 4:24 left. So, like we said, going to be another matchup between Deer Park and Atascocita. Eagles all-time 3-0 versus the Deer. All of those coming in the playoffs. Webb, play action, setting up a screen, far side of the field. Pass is complete. Shepard slung out of bounds after a modest gain there. Henderson for Deer Park finally slinging him out.
Well, no secret. It's going to be a rough road to hoe, if you will, next week. But the fact is that this Deer Park team is playing well, and get in there and play hard, and you never know what might happen. And there's one thing about it. Coach Flynn will have this team ready to play at the best ability that they possibly can. So at that point, all bets are off, in my opinion.
Yeah, the way this defense has played throughout the year, pump and go as Webb under all kinds of pressure. Now reversing field, now just going to throw it out of bounds. And then I'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. We talk about the offense, 400 points on the year and all that kind of stuff, but almost overlook the defense sometimes and the job that they have done.
Oh, you're
pitching
right.
a shutout against Rayburn. Some substitutions come on. Rayburn able to do a little window dressing. Same thing here with South Houston. Same thing with Pasadena. Pasadena was able to put up 10 points. But that was late in the game when Deer Park, a lot of the starters, their night was done. Pass far side of the field, incomplete.
Flores had a chance at over there, and he said, oh, man, I just missed that.
I mean, the most points scored on Deer Park all season has been 21. Westbrook did it, and that was even a game in which Deer Park got out to that 35-0 lead. And then Doby, probably the most consistent offensively of those. They just kind of hung around with Deer Park throughout that. So it's a defense that, like we've seen tonight, they fly around, they get after it.
Mm-hmm.
They've been able to force turnovers. Anytime you can do that.
Yeah, well, you have a chance. You at least give yourself an opportunity.
4th and 5, high, short punt as that hits the wind and dies at about the 45, but takes a little bit of a South Houston roll up near midfield.
And again, like you're saying, get a defense in there, you get a good bounce here, force a turnover there, it shifts the game around. And I've said all along, and I've made no secret about it, is the fact that I think Coach Flynn and his coaching staff does a really, really good job of having our guys play at a level what I believe is even above their athletic ability. So, you know, we may not be the most athletic, but we're going to play hard.
Hand it off up the middle. On first down.
He gets everything he can. He gets everything he can out of these guys, and these guys are willing to give it to him because they really, really do respect and like their coaches and coaching staff.
And offensively, it's an offense that can attack you in so many ways. We've seen it with the different personnel packages. They can go heavy with the tight ends, or they can bring in, you know, the more speedy lineup with guys like Mendoza and Martinez. And it just, when you can offer that many different kinds of looks. As the handoff on Mascarenas goes up the middle on second down. Picks up about 3 down to the 42. I mean, it makes it hard on any defense. It's a lot that they have to prepare for versus if you're a one-dimensional type of team.
Well, then again, we go to, you take a special team, you take a punt somewhere that's bobbled, and you're able to pick it up. Who knows what might happen? So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good football game. It'll be fun to watch. That's what these guys have worked for, is to be able to be in that position, to be able to play in the postseason. And so we'll see what we got.
3rd down and 5. Kieselhorst and company is actually McAdams in. Straight handoff for Mascarenas, who's met right at the line of scrimmage as he's brought down for no gain. Coming up on just about a little over a minute and a half to go.
Sure would be nice to pick up this first down and be able to run this clock out.
4th down and 5 at the Trojans' 42. McAdams and company 1 first down away from being able to ice the rest of this one. Counterplay for Mascarenas. Picks up a huge block. And Mascarenas is going to be close to the line to gain.
Oh, I think we got it.
Number 76, Votion, the sophomore, put a huge hit. He's going to get credited for a decleater in film tomorrow. Mascarenas picks up the first down, and with 40 seconds left, Deer Park a couple of kneel outs away from finishing out the regular season. Play clock at 6. And a little bit of a miscommunication there between McAdams and the center, but they're able to jump on it. And the final play will do it. And that's going to wrap up the regular season as Deer Park with a commanding win tonight. 34-7 over South Houston. They got going in the first quarter, and South Houston just unable to keep up. And they finish off the regular season 9-1.
Hey, I'll take that any day of the week. The fact is, they haven't shot that 10-0 record. Yeah, I fell a little short in that Channelview ball game, but that's okay. That 9-1, and now we're going to go into the playoffs next week, right back here at the house. And so, like we were talking about a minute ago, anything can happen, and let's just get out there and play hard.
And like we said, Deer Park does what no Deer Park team has done since 2011. They finish a regular season with just 1 loss, and they get to host a playoff game. Atascocita going to be coming back to Abshire Stadium in the first round of the playoffs. And like we said, you'll be able to listen to it live. You can stream it a little bit later, and always for free here on the Deer Network. So for Tim Culp and everybody else here at the Deer Network, Mason Pratt here signing off. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday right back here at Abshire Stadium. Stay dry out there.